So hi there everybody, my name is Pops from Popsicle, and we are going to do today a first hour video. Basically we're going to play the first hour of a game, in this case Medieval Dynasty, I would say Dynasty, but it depends whereabouts on the planet you've learnt your English. We'll call it Medieval Dynasty because that's the name of the game. Firstly, we're going to look at the settings here. These are all default, and I am going to leave them all as default just to see how the game plays in its sort of default state. So the whole idea is we're going to play an hour. At the end of that hour, normally that's enough for me to decide whether I'm going to be putting a game back in its box, or whether I'll be spending great chunks of the rest of my life playing it. It tends to be a bit of an all or nothing situation. So yeah, without any further ado, let's see what the first hour of Medieval Dynasty is all about. Intro time.
I used to have a simple life. Whatever needed doing round the farm, I'd do it. Being the eldest son, it's tough. But at least we had a living, and our plates were never empty. Then, the war came. I lost everything overnight. The last thing I remember is Father pushing me away, yelling for me to run, to live. At first, I didn't know what to do. Then, I remembered. A story my mother once told me. A story about my uncle, Jordan. He made a modest fortune up north, in a peaceful valley far away from the war. For weeks I held on to that thought, until the valley from my mother's stories. I could see it. This is where I can start a new life.
To a halt because we get to a loading screen. We haven't started our hour yet, mainly because of loading screens. We could be 10 minutes in. Here we go. Right, so let's hit the stopwatch, and we are in. So talk to the Castilian. Select some. No. Okay. So punch is left, block is right. Oh, E says it on it. Well done, Pops. Well spotted. Okay, so we're just gonna collect some stuff to start off with. This isn't the very first time I've played this. Just as a bit of a disclaimer. So I already know I need to be collecting some stuff, just to help us get maybe a bit of a quicker start to our first hour. So anyway, Castilian, we need to follow the marker at the top on the compass, 200 meters down to where the Castilian is. If you press the shift key whilst walking, you will walk quicker. Don't know if it counts as a run, but it's quicker. Scary scarecrow. So we've arrived at Gostovia. And we're looking for the Castilian. Discovered animal spot pigeon. Okay, he's down this way. It must be this guy. Those eyes. I didn't think I would see them again. One blue as the sky, the other black like a lump of coal. Are you alright? You look like you've seen a ghost. So you aren't one? Good. For a second then I thought I'd lost it. Ha ha, but your eyes. You look just like him. Sorry, you must have mistaken me for someone. I'm new to these parts, just arrived at the valley. Actually, my name is Rasimar. I'm Wanda's son, aren't you? Jordan's nephew. What? Did you know my mother? Not really. I knew of her. We didn't ever actually meet. He wanted to keep his family separate. I don't think I understand. You will. Wait, what do you mean by did? I know her. Is she well? Sorry about that, it's an alarm going off on my phone. I hope she is now, wherever she might be. I've lost both my parents in the war. Damn it, this world. I guess it can be cruel, as cruel as it is beautiful. I'm sorry, my boy, nobody should lose their loved ones at such a young age. Yeah, I don't want to talk about it. Of course, my boy, of course, I apologise. You mentioned Uncle Jordan. I've actually come here looking for him. Oh, Rasimar, I hate to be the bearer of bad news. Your uncle is no longer with us. He passed away 3 years ago. I'm so sorry. I understand how you must feel. He was a dear friend of mine. So that's it. I'm the only one left. Don't say that. Hey, look at me. This valley is filled with warm-hearted people who gladly aid you in whatever you need, and I'm one of them. Hello, mate. So what should I do now? Apart from maybe try and cheer your friend up, because he doesn't look very happy. You are free to go wherever you like to start a new life. I hereby grant you the permission of the Castilian to build and farm on any unutilised land in the valley. Construct yourself a house and see what comes next for you. You can even build a whole village if you please. There are many travellers passing through. Maybe some of them would like to join your settlement. Just like that. I can take the land free of charge. Well, you have to pay taxes to the king annually, but apart from that you're free to do as you please, so long as you don't break the law, of course, or at least you don't get caught doing so. That sounds amazing. The valley looks beautiful as well. I think I'll stay here and see what fate has in store for me. I'm glad this conversation is going on a bit. I'm glad to hear that. You can find resources all over the land. Grab a few rocks and sticks from the ground and craft yourself a simple axe. With that you can cut down trees, chop them into logs, then you can create a wooden hammer. That will be crucial in the building process. I'm sure you'll get the hang of it. When you build yourself a home, come back to Gostovia and talk to my wife. Dubro, we'll call her. She manages the tavern. Ask her to feed you. You must be famished, and then grab some beers for both of us and come back. I'll tell you some stories about Jordan. Sounds like a plan. Okay, collecting resources. All the basic resources can be collected in the wild. Just look around and reach out for them. Sticks are the easiest to find, but on the other hand, stones and herbs are much harder to spot. Move the cursor on the desired item until its name is shown in collected. Resources are used for various purposes like building, crafting, healing, or eating. Chapter 1, a new beginning. So we need to collect 2 stone according to the chapter requirements on the right hand side. Stick, stone. Stone. Okay. Tree cutting. To cut down a tree you'll need to have an axe. This tool can be bought or crafted in the creation menu in the handcrafting section. Creation menu, handcrafting section. Equip the axe in one of the quick slots of the inventory. Take it out, approach a tree, start cutting till it drops down, then chop down the fallen bits into smaller blah blah blah, and you get resources like sticks and feathers. Okay, so the handcrafting stone axe. We need 2 stone and 10 sticks, which we've got. And so we are making us an axe. Okay, let's have a look at the inventory. Stone axe. It's already in slot number 1, which I'm actually going to move to slot number 2. I want a weapon in number 1 to defend myself. So let's want a hammer, cut 5 trees, get 32 straw. Straw is going to be the easiest bit because that is here. No. Oh, what are you doing, Pops? Get a grip. This isn't rocket science. E. Press E. Press E. There we go. Twelve. 17. Seem to be making this very difficult for myself, but 29. 30. 32. Wooden hammer and cut down 5 trees. So, wooden hammer. Back to the handcrafting. Hammer, we need 10 sticks and 1 log. So we need to cut down a tree to start off with to get the log. Log, 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 sticks, sticks, sticks. What do we need to do? Hammer. Cut down. Who's this geezer? We need to cut down 3 more trees. Let's make ourselves a hammer. And the hammer we're going to put in slot 3. Okay. Hello. I need a ride. Where do you wish to go? Oh, taxi. He's a cab. Okay. In which case we can ignore him for the moment. We need three more trees. One. Two. And 3. Oh, building. Building menu can be accessed through the creation menu. That's the cube. Select the building you wish to construct to find a proper place for it. Structures cannot be built too close to other villages and require a relatively flat surface. To fully construct a building, you'll need a hammer equipped. While building houses, you can choose the materials you wish to use for each wall and roof module. They will become visible only when the hammer is taken out. Okay. So where are we going? Oh, hang on a second, we've got way too much weight here. Okay, we need to drop our logs. Can we drop some of them? Yeah. We're going to drop 5 of our logs. Keep 6. Brings us under the weight. So if that stops, we can, right, it's next to that bridge. Okay, so where we're going to build our house. See, ideally we want to be somewhere in the centre. Oh, there's more down there. Yeah, in the centre. Not far from this main town. And given that we're on an hour limit, not far at all, because otherwise it's going to take us 15 minutes to walk somewhere. So I think we're going to go, let's set a waypoint, somewhere like that. Okay. Press shift so that we're running instead of walking. So you notice when we do that, the stamina on the left hand side, bottom left hand corner, goes down rapidly. And comes back up again when you release it. The gauge is on the left hand side. The outer left is the stamina. Inner left is health. Inner right is food. Ooh. Goodies. Outer right is your water. So I'm thinking somewhere near here. Let's just, if you press E, we're going to get water. Our water gauge is refilled. There's plenty of stones and sticks around here. I'm thinking we might as well go, for the sake of not spending the next 10 or 15 minutes trying to find somewhere and getting somewhere in our first hour. We're going to start here. Buildings. Extraction, hunting, farming. Oh, blimey. Right, houses. Only one available. Okay. Edge of the water. Edge of the road facing the water. Yeah. Okay. There's our plot. If we get our hammer, and we need 10 stone, and we don't have any stone. Survival. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We've got a lot of weight on. Come on, old boy, you can do this. Lovely sunny day, so we're now 16 minutes into our first hour. Cool, foundations are okay. We need 8 logs, so we're going to need 2 more logs. Go back at, no, we'll just cut down a tree, that's going to be much quicker. Maple tree gives us 4 logs. Spruce 3, I think, and 2 for whatever the smaller tree was. I don't know what it was. Logs, log. Okay, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. And there's another 2. Oh no, a bit ambitious there, I think. Can we still walk? No, of course we can't. We're going to need to drop some again. Okay, logs. Let's drop half of them. Right, just don't go too far. Right, it's just behind that tree. Let's just remember that. Okay, so to get our weight down, I think we can just use the sticks. Some of the sticks are 7 logs, that's what we want. Okay, start at the back. One log. One log, 8 sticks for each wall. So I'm going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. About 7 logs. Yeah, another 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, another 7 logs. Right, okay. Okay, so that's the walls done. Another 7 logs. So we should get 4 from each maple, so that should give us, assuming we find them all, should give us plenty to finish this house off. Log, 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 hammer, magnetic, a side panel. Side. Oh, roof. Okay. Roof. Roof. Is that it? 94%. Yeah, we are proud house owners. So chapters are a series of missions that appear at the beginning of the game and introduce you to the game's mechanics. It also assists you in the initial stages of your new settlement's construction. Completing chapters allows you to unlock the next development stage, which determines the maximum number of buildings you can construct. So we've got to build to be able to build. Wall framing, decorate. Okay. Alrighty. Let's just see what all these skills are that keep popping up. Survival, skill points to spend, survival knowledge, temperature tolerance, poisoning resistance, seeing sticks, mushrooms. Right, this survival sense is hugely important. This is going to enable us to find stuff a lot easier, but it is tier 2, so we need to do a tier 1 first. So we're just going to go with straightforward survival knowledge. Boom, technology. Well, we don't need a well right next to the water, surely. Okay, let's go have a drink anyway. And we maybe need to think about having something to eat. The food is running low. Got 50. That's plus 55. It's a bit of a waste. Apple. Dried meat plus 5. So we want about 10 of them. Yeah. Okay, so next on the list of to-dos, sleep. To sleep you will need to build a house or craft a campfire. Sleeping is available between 7 PM and 7 AM. If you choose to sleep, your character will wake up in the next day's morning. Sleeping in your bed restores a small amount of health, while resting by a campfire does not. Going to sleep during seasons change will always result in waking... Do that bit again. Going to sleep during seasons change will always result in you waking up in your own house. Right, okay. Okay. So what have we got to do? Set a trap. Make a wooden spear. Make a stone knife. Hunt a wild animal and survive for a season. Trap. Traps in there. Traps. Type of trap provides meat and fur, can be used up to 3 times. Okay. Set a trap. And that's armed. Okay. So make a wooden spear, make a stone knife. Stone knife. 5 sticks, 2 stones. 5 sticks, stones. What do we got here? Right, we're having that. Flaxseed. Interesting. Stone. Stone knife. 5 sticks. 5 sticks. They're sticks. Sticks. 6, that's 10, that's fine. Okay. Knife. Make a wooden spear. we need a log. Go, we've got a log. It's that big birdie. Hunt a wild animal. Survive for a season. And we need to go back and talk to Dubro, as we're calling her. Right, so hunt a wild animal. Should we spear? I want to put my spear in the one. Okay, is there anything we don't need to be carrying around? Flour. Virtually no weight, I'm going to worry about it. Okay, let's hunt a wild animal. So all we have is a wild animal. Oh, now I've lost my spear. Oh, so actually, this is the point. Let's make a few more spears, and then that way we're lobbing them at things. We're not having to find our spear every time. Okay, spears are to craft more for and there we go, we now have a total of 5 spears. Arm ourselves up. Actually, what we're going to do is, it's going dark. There's going to be no chance of us catching a rabbit in the dark, so let's go sleep. E to light a fire. Sleep next season. No, we don't want to do that. Oh, available in 1 day 22. Right, we definitely don't do that. Sleep next day. Chest. Right. Spears, hammer, torch, knife, axe. May as well hang on to those. We're wearing all of those. Apple. Broadleaf plantain. Broadleaf plantain, so 2 health, 5 food of dried meat. Okay. Animal. We need a rodent. Something that's not going to bite back. Rabbit. He's a bit bloody quick. Right. What was that? Ooh, berries. Oh my goodness, it's a fox. Jeez. quick. Is that a deer? Come on, me dear. That's miles out. Is he not injured? I'm running out of wooden. It's sticking in, so she might go down. She's definitely slowing. That's pretty gross. Oh my god. You put her out. Yeah. Yeah, it's all a little bit graphic, to be honest. Anyway. We've killed our wild animal. I don't know what to say about that really. It was a little bit graphic for my liking. What we got here though? Bronze sickle, like a popsicle. Flax, 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 flax. Okay, spruce. We need to make some more wooden spears. Clearly, it takes a few at this stage to down an animal. So wooden spears are 3 more. We're now 36 minutes. So we've done our first kill, we've done our first house. We need to survive for the rest of the season, which we're probably not going to do within the hour because the water hydration is critical in the wilderness. When the water parameter is depleted, you start to lose health. You can refill by drinking various beverages. Water can be stored and transported in buckets and water skin. Thank you. Where are we? We need to be heading. Are we heading home or are we heading to? Let's go to Gostovia. Another. Oh no, this cart we've just been to. So let's go to Gostovia. Talk to Dubro. There is no. What I do want to do is I have it on good authority, that good authority being Google, that if you need some money when you're first starting out, a good bet is to make stone knives, which are easy to make from sticks and stones and will sell well in the village. Stick, stone, clay deposit required, shovel, stone, stone, shovel, clay, 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 clay. Where people leave things lying around, which is handy to say the least. I want about 10 knives. I'm not going to be able to carry that many, am I? Let's go for about 10 stone. Stone gets us knives. 5 knives, so 5 sides of 35, so you can craft 5. Right, so the knives themselves weigh less than the stones and the sticks that are using, so the weight over weight gauge on the bottom left hand corner goes down each time a knife is made. There you go, we're no longer overweight now. And so we can start heading back towards Gostovia. But maybe while we're on the way, stone, stone, stick, stone, stick, stone, 4 stones. Stone. So on the way, what we're going to do is we're going to make a few more knives, now we can carry them. So that's 8, and again we'll go for, oh maybe we won't, we're getting very encumbered here. 20, we've got enough sticks, just want 2 more stones. 2 more stones, 1, 2, craft, handcrafting, knives, R for doing more, E to do the whole lot, F to accept. So each knife takes 6 seconds, so obviously 5 knives is going to take 30 seconds. Right back at the very beginning we were looking at the customized menu. One of the options there was to have instant crafting, which doesn't really make a lot of difference now, because this is only going to take 30 seconds, but I would imagine later in the game, if you're manufacturing stuff to sell, and it's a few seconds each one, that instant crafting thing's probably makes a big difference. But in my eyes it's probably a slight cheat. So each to their own. This is some of the trees we cut down earlier, so back to Gostovia. Taxi! Okay, Dubro. Hello, Litland. Dubro is in the house. Hello, what can I help you with? Hi, you're Dubro, right? Nice to meet you, I'm Resimar. Oh, that's right, nice to meet you too, Resimar. What brings you to me? Hunger, thirst and Unicost. Sounds like a true trinity of misfortune. Hunger and thirst I can easily fix, but my husband's doings might not be as effortless to revoke. What has he done now? Would you believe that he dared to welcome me, a total stranger, as one of his own, even offered me guidance and nourishment? That maniac, ha ha ha. I like you already. Here, grab the best food this lousy joint can offer and tell me your story. There's nothing much to say really. I've just arrived in the valley looking for my Uncle Jordan. Didn't expect it all to be done searching so quickly, to be honest. Oh yes, he was Unigost's friend. I remember hearing that he had eyes like yours. I'm sorry for your loss. That's okay, I don't even remember him really. Most that I know about him is from my mother's stories. She always looked up to her big brother, loved him furiously even when he stopped visiting. A lot of people did, from what I've heard. There was something special about him. Yeah, tough shoes to fill. The only shoes that you need to worry about are your own. Every man is the architect of his own fortune. Thank you for saying that. It's what I needed to hear, but let's not talk about me anymore. What about your story? I was part of a travelling band of troubadours. I've never managed to learn how to play an instrument, but I was pretty decent with my singing. Our travels brought us to this valley not long after the death of your uncle. I still remember seeing Unigost for the first time. He had so much sadness in his eyes. Jordan wasn't just a friend, he was a part of him. The band left a few days later. I stayed. There was something in Unigost's presence that I simply knew my place was by his side. You probably noticed the age difference. She's 32. No, not really. What, are you implying that I look old? Nothing of sorts anyway. So it looks like you were anchored here by love. That's pretty amazing. Yeah, you could call it that, or blindness, or stupidity. Poor judgment maybe. Whatever sounds best to you. Pretend all you like you fell hard for the grandpa with the sad eyes and you know it. No, there's nothing wrong with a grandpa with sad eyes. I did. He annoys me sometimes like nobody else, yet I cannot imagine breathing without him now. But don't let me go all soft on you. You surely got some place to go. It was a pleasure talking with you. Every second of it. Here, I know it's not much, but it will come in handy when starting a new life. Everything costs coins these days. I really appreciate that, but I'm not looking for charity. I'll manage. Oh, come on. Don't be a hero. Men. Alright. Do something for me then. It won't be a handout, it'll be your first pay. That we can agree on what you need. This goes on a bit, doesn't it? There's a farmer in the village. She's called, we're going to call her Jarrow. She usually supplies the tavern with rye, but I haven't got anything from her in a while. My stock is almost gone, and you don't even want to imagine what happens to these people when we run out of beer. Consider it done. While we're speaking of beer, Unigos asked me to grab a couple for us. Of course, here you go. 2 oat ale. Right, great, thank you. Promise to tell me some stories about Jordan. Oh, I see. Well, in that case, she gave us a load more beer. Thank you. Okay, I think
How is life treating you? Whatever you need, I've got it.
So she is someone we can sell our knives to. We've got 10 and they're 20 each, so if we sell those, it gives us 200 coin. Bronze sickle, do we keep that? Bronze shovel, do we keep it? Yeah, we keep these. For now, we keep them.
See you soon.
See you soon. Bye bye. Okay, so I have to turn a Unicost. Where is he? Okay, that's 47 minutes gone. Hello, Unicost. Rastimar, hey Unigust, you're looking at the proud house owner from the valley. I'm back bearing beers. A job well done indeed. Alright, let me wet my throat with this amber goodness and start reminiscing. I knew Jordan for 22 years before he died. He was my best and truest friend, a brother actually. I remember the day we met as if it was only yesterday. I was 25 at the time, living in the big city of Gellenberg, where I was born. You could say I hated that place, but still it was the only home I'd ever known, I ever knew. Maybe someday I'll tell you more about it. Anyway, I was forced to take care of my own, so I did, doing the only thing I could do, stealing. You were of faith? I was, and a bloody good one, I might say. Picking pockets was my bread and butter. I could steal a piece of steak right from your fork and you wouldn't even notice. It wasn't greed that motivated me, just survival. But I'd be lying if I said I didn't enjoy the process. Stealing is still a crime, no matter the motivation. I'd say you'll want to wait and hear a bit more before getting high and mighty on me. I'm sorry, go on. So, annual festival in Gellenberg. We always brought a whole bunch of outsiders to the town. You can imagine what this meant for a man of my profession. I could do a day's worth of work in a matter of minutes. I grabbed a few coins here and there, some jewellery, a new pair of boots. Then I saw a nobleman with a money bag strapped to his belt. He was basically begging to be set free. I sneaked behind him in the crowd like I had 1,000 times before. Child's play. I gently grabbed the pouch, did a little shimmy magic, and there it was, sitting right in my palm. Just needed to turn around and disappear like always, and then wham. What happened? I was punched in the face by what felt like a bull. I was so shocked I didn't even realise what happened until I hit the ground. My head was pounding. I could barely see straight. And do you know what the first thing I saw next? Another blow coming? Oh no, a smile, a big radiant smile on the face of the man with two different eyes. It was your uncle, Jordan. The one I took for a nobleman. He stuck his hand out, helped me up and offered me a beer. Of course he realised. I don't get it. This is how Jordan was. You see, Uncle was deadly clever, smartest man I've ever known, hands down. He could see the world like nobody else, predict things. He was always at least a dozen steps behind everyone, so on a rare occasion that somebody surprised him, he was intrigued. And he wasn't expecting you. Indeed. Apparently even my failure was still the one, I was still the one that came closest to robbing him, and he liked that. So I'm guessing you accepted his invitation, right? Okay, that's 50 minutes out of our hour gone now. There's a lot of dialogue in this first hour. I think, having seen videos and stuff, I think that the dialogue bit in this first hour is probably just the setup and isn't going to go on all the way through the game, which is a good thing because it's getting a bit much now. It's just setting the scene, so and still it goes on. I didn't really have a choice, did I? I was terrified by the guy at the moment, so we went. He took me to the most expensive and most crowded tavern in the whole town. Remember, it was the day of the festival. Even entering the place was next to impossible. He didn't seem to care, though. In a matter of seconds, we were sitting at a table being served by two barmaids at the same time. It was surreal. In my mind, there was only one explanation: he owned the place. And did he? Not at all. It was his first time in Gellenberg. All felt like a dream, to be honest, especially with me still being dazed after the punch. I was still sure he was a nobleman, his manners, his clothes, the way he talked and moved, and then he chugged a beer like it was a race, wiped his face with his sleeve and burped like a drum. He went from the lord to the savage like that, snapping his fingers. You listen, still we go on. I relived that moment a dozen times until I realised why he did it. It wasn't a mistake, I know. No laziness, no moment of weakness. He wanted me to see, to understand it, to understand what. They was full of crap, haha, you see. Rastimar, your uncle, was one of a kind. He was a true master of arms, and his weapon of choice was his confidence. What does that even mean? Imagine a closed door with two armed guards at the sides. You want what's inside. What are your options? You can force yourself in, bribe the guards, try to pick a lock, but Jordan, he just holds his head up high, walks right in and demands the door be opened. I'm going to be straight with you, all the sounds made up. Ha ha, it surely does, huh? I and the pack are the only ones that have seen behind the scenes of Jordan's show, and even for us it was unbelievable at times. Wait, the pack? Oh dear, SMR, there's so much more you still need to know. Our story hasn't even begun. Oh, good lord. But it's getting late. Yes, it is, yeah. Come on, you can't leave me hanging like that. Alright, I'm going to tell you a bit more. After that beer we had a couple more, then some mead, if I remember rightly. We were talking about our past, our dreams, convictions, started making some drunken, absurd plans. I thought we were joking, to be honest. The next thing I remember, I'm waking up in silk sheets. I'm guessing they weren't yours, correct? Are you kidding? It was the first time I've ever touched fabric like that. The ceiling in the chamber was so high, it could fit a giant. I thought I was dreaming. When the servants walked in, I was ready to flee, but instead of fighting me, they presented me with breakfast. Really? How come? It was all Jordan's doing. I've never found out how he managed to pull it off. Whenever asked, he just burst out laughing, even years after. Needless to say, I left Jellenberg with him on that day, the first time I went outside the town walls and never came back. That was the day the pack was born, and 3 years later there were 5. It was a real team, a family. We called ourselves the Reminders. Oh, I wish I could have been. It all sounds incredible. Never had adventures like that, and probably never will. Easy, my boy. It wasn't always fun and lovely, but it's a tale from another time. It really did get late, and I'm sure you still have a lot of work to do. Come and find me tomorrow, we'll talk some more. I'll do that. Thank you, Unicast, for everything. Bit of a marathon chat. So, Unigost story, we're waiting for the next day, and in the chapter 2 we need to survive for a season. So what we're going to do is food. Eating is essential for survival. When food parameters depleted, you'll start to lose health. You can obtain various nutrients from foraging, hunting and farming. All of the food resources rot over time and may cause food poisoning. Discover different ways to preserve it for longer, such as drying, salting and preparing meals. I am guessing we're not going to get too far into that in the next 5.5 minutes, which is when our first hour finishes. So let's we don't need taxi man. Let's go and get these logs. Maybe it wasn't a good idea. Birdie. Skills. Crafting knowledge. Sewing, cooking, right, it's not going to matter much in the next 5 minutes. Extraction skills, extraction knowledge. Okay, let's take our logs. Yeah, we need to drop them. That one's going to roll down the hill now. Yeah, okay. So berries would seem to be a food. Okay, so we do need to eat berries. Unripe berries, 20% poisoning. Nah. Soup. 50 food and 25 water. Yeah. Ideal. Okay, let's go back to the house. See if there's anything in our rabbit trap. We're now at nearly 57.5 minutes, so not going to get much more done in our first hour. I think we've checked that already. Where did the house go? Is it past here? It must be. There it is. Look at that sunset. The graphics in this game are lovely. There's no messing about. The sun's gone. Oh, we got a rabbit. 2 fur and 2 meat. Rearm the rabbit trap. Okay, the other thing we can do is we can if we can find, yeah, we can make a fire, except we can't, we haven't got enough sticks. Oh, we don't need to, we can go inside, can't we? Campfire inside. Yeah. So if we craft, we've got all that meat we can do, look. Get cooking the meat. Again, instant crafting would have made this happen straight away. Not sure what that is. Is that 4 seconds or 3 seconds for each one? So 17 is going to take a little while. We have got exactly 1 minute of our first hour left, so pretty much this is going to be it. So, what do we think? This is a game I will be coming back to big time. I think this has got loads of potential. It's going to be great fun. From the videos I've seen of it, you can build entire communities and have all sorts of crafting and wells and workshops and smithies and taverns and all sorts of things. So we clearly haven't even touched the surface, but it does give us a general idea as to how the game's going to go, and I think that'll do us. Breaking of a new day, a new dawn. Let's see what the weather's like. It looks a little bit misty, but otherwise okay, and that is our first hour. Thank you for watching. This is a brand new channel, so if you would like to subscribe and leave me a like, that would be great. There will eventually at some stage be a lot of first hour videos. That's going to be the whole point to start off with, is just to do 1 hour videos on each individual game. So have a great day, thank you for watching if you've got this far, and I'll see you around. Cheers.